For those of you who don't know my story, the last 4 years I have been through spiritual awakening. What is spiritual awakening? Well, different people have different views, but this is my view. I went through the stripping of the ego, the stripping of the identities that I thought were me. I went through the stripping of everything I knew about myself, the things I had attached to myself, the career, the money, the motherhood, everything. Now, when spiritual awakening started, it was 4 years ago during the COVID era. But looking back, my spiritual awakening started long ago. It started in my 20s, but I didn't realize, and I was still unconscious. And then in my 30s, I was still unconscious. Then my dad died when I was 47 years old. And 10 days after we buried my dad, I lost my job. I think that was the beginning of my spiritual awakening, but I didn't know. I was devastated. I was humiliated. I was embarrassed. Over the next 4 years, from 2016 to 2020, I tried to build a business. I tried to build my old life back. But in 2021, everything collapsed around me. I had my body in 2021 wouldn't move. I had so many illnesses. I had chronic, I had diabetes, I had blood pressure. I had even was sick at one time. I couldn't walk. I thought I had COVID, but it was just a terrible flu. I had body aches. I had everything. I didn't realize I was going through a spiritual awakening, and funny things would happen. And I started seeing patterns in my life, thinking, what's going on? I blundered through a lot of stuff, looking for answers, paying lots of money to lots of spiritual teachers, trying to figure out what was going on. My daughter at the time I went through this was 7, 8, 9. My toughest years as a child and her toughest years as a child. I went through spiritual awakening on my own, the isolation, the dark night of the soul, the meeting of your own challenges, the beliefs. By end of 2023, I thought I was done. No, I wasn't done. 2024, things were getting better, but I thought I was done. I wasn't done. I started this year in 2025 thinking, nope, this is it. I'm done. No, I wasn't done. Let me tell you, spiritual awakening has lots of levels. It is, you go from the darkest, the darkest of the darkest to light. Now, the levels that they are so unseen, but the darkest times last a long time. You don't know what you're doing. You feel isolated. You think you're hated. You don't know. The ego is in a panic mode. Fear becomes the only comfort. The beating of the heart, the racing, it becomes the only comfort, because I've never been through what I've been through. I can't tell anyone. I don't know what to say. I'm thinking I'm crazy because outside looks the same, but inside. Anyway, beginning of this year, I thought, no, this is it. I'm going to start my career and things are going to go back to normal. No. Can I tell you, the last 2 weeks were humbling. The most humbling 2 weeks. I ran out of money. I ran out of power. I ran out of everything, and my fear went through the roof. It's only now I realize, wow, this was about me letting go of my stories. Literally, this book I started on the 3rd of July. Today is the 17th of July. It's been 2 weeks of me letting go, fighting fear, fighting resistance, going through such panic, fear, worried about what it's going to mean for my daughter. The other day I went to a play of hers. I managed to buy tickets. She's like, Mama, buy tickets. And I didn't know how I was going to buy tickets. And I managed to buy tickets. We ran out of electricity. I managed to buy electricity. And the other day, I wanted to buy photos from him, play, and I was like, oh my word, I don't even have the money to buy the photos in her photo. Today, I'm declaring I have the money. Today, I'm declaring I am healed. Everybody talks about manifestation. Everybody talks about spiritual awakening. There's nothing like manifestation. Manifestation is the ego's way of saying you don't have. You don't manifest externally. You are the manifest. You are the machine. You, me, I'm the machine. There's no money coming outside of you. There's nothing coming outside of you. The only thing that's coming outside of you is being given power by you. We have the power. We are the powerful creators. We are the ones who create life. We are the ones connected to the divine. And the only reason we suffer is because the ego has told us a story that's not true. You want to go back to that child you were, the 3-4-year-old, before the darkness came in. That's who you are. The beautiful version you are. That is the version God wanted me to be with, the joyful. I actually thought, who was I? I was happiness. I am happiness. I am joy. I am life. I am loved. I am connected. I'm abundant. I'm wealthy. And best of all, I'm Musidi Katawas Retlo. And I've just been through the most toughest 2 weeks of my life. But I told myself, I ain't giving up on myself. And I didn't. Thank you for listening.